going to say whether I buy, sell, or rent this past week's new trailers, and we got a bunch of them because it was New York Comic Con. Game of Thrones, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, sell. This trailer didn't feel like it had any of the weight or gravitas that Game of Thrones is known for, and it felt like it was way too quippy with its humor and lighthearted while also still not being family friendly, so I just didn't get a vibe for who it's for or what specific value it offers. Star Trek Starfleet, sell. So much of modern Star Trek just feels completely lost, and this is another example of that. We've got Robert Picardo from Voyager, we've got cast members from Discovery, but it doesn't feel like either one of those shows. It's just like generic sci-fi stuff at a school that doesn't have any true flavor of classic Star Trek. Playdate 5. Probably way too optimistic on this one, but Alan Ritchson still has plenty of reach or goodwill, so seeing him paired up with Kevin James for an action comedy seemed interesting enough to me as passable enough streaming entertainment. Wonder Man, sell. Simply put, I have no idea how this fits into the MCU in a meaningful way. It feels like the MCU trying to do the studio, except minus all the wit and effective humor and satire. And so you just get this kind of bizarro thing that's in the MCU that feels like Hollywood inside baseball that's for insiders rather than MCU fans. And this is all the stuff that I think the MCU needs to stop doing to focus in on the main story and get the fundamentals right. Mercy, Rent. The basic concept has Chris Pratt trying to prove his innocence to an AI before it kills him. The concept there is kind of interesting to me. There might be something clever that they do with it, but the trailer itself both felt like it didn't sell me enough on how they'll keep this compelling for 90 minutes while also feeling like it maybe gave a little bit too much away. So it wasn't crazy about the trailer, but it did pique my interest a little bit. The Running Man, by Glenn Powell teams up with Edgar Wright for a new adaptation of The Running Man. It feels completely different from what Arnold Schwarzenegger's version did back in the 80s. Feels more relevant than ever because we have been in this long-running era of reality television that keeps getting more and more elaborate, and it just looks like a lot of fun.